SNL sketches featuring the Coneheads were about as ambitious as the show got, both during its golden age and beyond. Dan Aykroyd didn't just conceive of the usual set of recurring characters and agreeably perverse catchphrases. I swear I can spell and read. I'm good at that. Dan Aykroyd's always been a very autistic man to me, so him making an entire science fiction universe for Conehead Beldar and his wife Primat and their daughter Connie that began with them being dispatched to capture Earth for their alien overlords on their home planet of Romulek and end up with them living on Earth. Yeah, that's not weird. That's just autism. Editing Amy cutting in here to say that I just now Googled to see if Dan Aykroyd is autistic because I didn't want people coming at me saying, "Oh, Amy, he's not autistic." You can't just assume that. He is literally on the spectrum just like me. So he got like the scientific, supernatural part of the autism wheel, and I'm just the person who talks about old shit. So yeah, Dan Aykroyd is autistic, and I think the autism helped out a lot with SNL. So don't come at me. In that respect, the Coneheads served as a wry commentary on the immigrant experience and its most extreme and strange. One of the only pleasures of the late in the game 1993 feature film adaptation of the Coneheads lies in the way co-writer and star Dan Aykroyd filled out the details of the Coneheads' world, particularly their home planet of Remulak. Dan Aykroyd seemed to imagine that audiences would be so blown away by the Remulak sets that they wouldn't even need to notice what a barren, laugh-free desert the film really was. For the record, I like the movie. This isn't me saying all that stuff. This is Dissolve.com saying that stuff. Just keep that in mind. A decade before the Coneheads became a flop movie in 93, again, I don't agree with that, Yuletide and stop-motion animation specials Rankin Bass, the studio behind Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Frosty the Snowman and other holiday staples, and also for producing that. They recruited a murderer's row of Saturday Night Live talent to resurrect the characters for an animated incarnation, which aired as a primetime special. Written by Al Franken and Tom Davis and executive produced by Lorne Michaels, it was also billed as, to borrow the opening credits' agreeably stiff turn of phrase, starring the talents of Dan Aykroyd, Jane Curtin, Lorraine Newman, and Tom Davis. It was originally conceived as a pilot. It covers an awful lot of ground for just 22 minutes of a pilot. It has the feel of an animated sitcom, complete with an overly generous preserved random laugh track, opening credits with a funky Sanford and Son vibe, and applause at commercial breaks designed to simulate the satisfaction of an unseen but apparently easily impressed studio audience. The pilot begins on the planet Remulak, with the Coneheads being dispatched to travel and to conquer an insignificant planet called Earth, and to use its slave labor as miners. The interpretive travelers end up getting lost, however, and instead of immediately taking over Earth, they end up preparing old beat-up television sets for a scruffy old man with secrets of his own. Beldar turns out to have remarkable innate gift for repairing TVs, which just feeds into the racist stereotype that space aliens who speak in robotic monotones are always good electronics. Coneheads provides an origin story not just for the characters, but also for their oft-stated contention that they are from France. Beldar's new boss tells him, "My grandfather came over from France, and that's all anyone needs to know." And Beldar decides that they will be anyone will ever need to know about his family origins as well. So he's gonna say the same thing, basically. From there, the Coneheads chronicles with impressive economy the conception, birth, and maturation of the daughter of the Coneheads, Connie, and their domestication and assimilation from world-conquering extraterrestrials to cozy New Jersey types. The juxtaposition between the Coneheads' comically literal and technical way of perceiving the world and that world stumping domestically remains the core of the comedy, as is the characters' never commented upon oddness. The Coneheads were already such rigidly stylized live-action cartoons on SNL that the shift from live-action to conventional animation is actually surprisingly organic, or as organic as anything as purposely inorganic as the Coneheads could possibly be. The Coneheads contains its share of small wonder-style groaners, like Beldar crawling under a table after his new boss informs him his payment will have to be done under the table. Silly Beldar. He's so silly. He doesn't know anything about metaphor, man. He's just a silly guy. But for a show aimed squarely at kids that never became a series despite the talent involved, the Coneheads pilot slash special is surprisingly solid. It doesn't aspire to the sophistication or wit of something like Rocky and Bullwinkle or The Simpsons, but as a Saturday morning cartoon built around a familiar property, it'd certainly be a cut above most such shows. It's no tragedy that the Coneheads never went to series, but this pilot provided an intriguing glimpse of what might have been. And that's the whole video. There's not really anything else about the Coneheads pilot for the cartoon. Personally, when it comes to SNL, I watched a video recently talking about how SNL seems to have a pattern when it comes to what they do with their sketches. Like, an example being how Wayne's World got so popular that it became a movie. Coneheads got so popular it became a movie. Certain sketches, when they get popular, they get something. And people are speculating that Domingo, I love Domingo, that he might, like, get something soon, which, I mean, maybe, but I feel like it would probably ruin him. You know what I mean? But thanks for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. Definitely make sure to subscribe so I can make my big video. I already saw the votes. I don't want to do Brady Bunch, but I know I have to. There's so much to Brady Bunch. You guys don't understand. But anyways, the next video, we're going to go back to court because... Sorry, I had Chinese food earlier. We're going to go back to court because we'll be talking about Stripperella. Again. I know, it's like the third time we're talking about her. We'll stop talking about her after this, I promise. I feel like I'm the only one who talks about Stripperella. Where's my check, man? Oh, wait, I don't get paid yet.
Well, now we must stop and reassess our approach. You pointed to the left at the rings of Strogar.
The indices clearly indicated that it was a right. I pointed to the right.